Everything you believe about life is a lie. Life may have no purpose, and that's exactly why it matters. If life has no inherent meaning, why do you keep living every single day? You might think life has meaning, but what if it doesn't? What if, at its core, life is utterly meaningless? This is the heart of nihilism. Nihilism is not just pessimism. It's not cynicism. It's the radical claim that life has no intrinsic purpose, no ultimate value, no guiding reason. Existential nihilism. Life itself is empty. Nothing inherently matters. Moral nihilism. Right and wrong are illusions. Morality doesn't exist. Epistemological nihilism. Truth itself cannot be known. Political nihilism. All institutions, all structures, all systems. Arbitrary. Nihilism doesn't ask if life is hard. It asks, does life matter at all? But Nietzsche showed there are two ways to respond. Passive nihilism accepts meaninglessness and surrenders. Life becomes flat, dull, paralyzing. If nothing matters, why even try? Depression, despair, lethargy. This is the trap. Active nihilism accepts the same truth but refuses to surrender. Life has no preset purpose, so you create your own. Your actions, your choices, your struggle, that becomes meaning. It's the ultimate act of freedom. Even if the universe is silent, you make your own music. Think about it. Building a life, knowing it could crumble tomorrow. The house you construct may decay. The relationships, the work, the achievements, they fade. Yet the act itself, the engagement, gives life its pulse. And it's not just about surviving. It's about living deliberately. Every choice, every effort, every small moment becomes a rebellion against emptiness. The mundane becomes sacred. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, simply because you chose to act. Carl Jung said it best. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Active nihilism isn't denial. It's rebellion. It's choosing to live fully even when nothing is guaranteed. And this is where the paradox begins. Life has no inherent meaning. And that's exactly why you have the power to make it meaningful. If nihilism shows us life has no inherent meaning, Schopenhauer shows us why life can feel unbearably heavy. Arthur Schopenhauer, the philosopher of pessimism, argued, unless suffering is the direct and immediate object of life, our existence must entirely fail of its aim. In simpler terms, life is suffering, not occasionally, not as an exception. Suffering is the rule. Why? Because of the will. Schopenhauer described it as a blind, relentless cosmic force. It drives everything, every desire, every craving, every longing. And here's the cruel twist. The will can never be satisfied. We crave, we achieve, we enjoy briefly. Then, the cycle begins again. The momentary pleasures vanish, leaving only desire and frustration behind. Happiness is rare. Suffering is constant. Even success, wealth, or love cannot fully shield us. We are born wanting. We die still wanting. And yet, Schopenhauer didn't leave us completely hopeless. His solution? Denial of the will. Step back. Renounce desire. Turn away from the endless cycle. Live ascetically. Withdraw from the chase. But here's the question that separates Schopenhauer from Camus and modern thinkers. Do we really have to turn away from life to escape suffering? Or is there a way to engage with life fully, even knowing it's painful, fleeting, and ultimately meaningless? Because suffering is universal, every human faces it. Rich or poor, young or old, everyone encounters loss, frustration, and disappointment. Even fleeting joys are tinged with anxiety. The fear they will end. The fear of loss. The awareness that nothing lasts. Schopenhauer forces us to confront the raw, unfiltered truth. Life is never simple. This is where existentialism and absurdism step in. Where active nihilism meets human resilience. Where the human spirit refuses to surrender to suffering, even when life offers no guarantees. Schopenhauer prepares us for the next stage, understanding the inescapable weight of existence, so that when Camus and Frankl offer solutions, we truly appreciate the courage it takes to live and to find meaning anyway. If Schopenhauer showed us life as suffering, existentialism shows us how to respond. Jean-Paul Sartre, one of the great existentialists, argued, "Existence precedes essence." In other words, you are not born with a purpose. You are not born with a blueprint. You exist first, and only then define who you are through your choices. This freedom is exhilarating and terrifying. Sartre called it being condemned to be free. Because every action, every decision carries weight. Even choosing not to choose is a choice. You cannot escape responsibility. With freedom comes three harsh realities. 1. Anguish. Realizing your choices shape not only your life, but also influence humanity itself. 2. Abandonment. There is no cosmic guide, no divine plan, no ultimate instruction manual. 3. Despair. Accepting that your choices alone define your existence, and nothing else can save you. Yet, this is also the power of existentialism. You are free to create your own meaning. You are free to shape your essence through actions, through commitments, through living deliberately. Heidegger, another existential thinker, added a crucial distinction. True authenticity isn't just about choice. It's about connecting with being itself, the deeper reality underlying life. He criticized Sartre for focusing only on subjective consciousness. Authenticity requires more than freedom. It demands a profound alignment with existence itself. Imagine this. You wake up every day with no preset instructions. No one tells you what to do, what to value, or who to become. You are fully responsible for your life. Terrifying? Yes. Liberating? Absolutely. Existentialism asks, will you hide behind excuses, routines, and societal labels? Or will you claim your freedom, embrace your responsibility, and live authentically? Because the moment you accept radical freedom, you step into the human paradox. Life may be uncertain, chaotic, even meaningless. Yet within that chaos lies the opportunity to define your own purpose. And this is the bridge to Camus. When the world offers no answers. When suffering is inevitable. When meaning is absent. The only choice left is to revolt, to engage, and to live deliberately. If existentialism gives you freedom, Camus gives you the paradox. Albert Camus called it the absurd, not just meaninglessness. The absurd is the clash between our desire for meaning and a universe that offers none. We crave answers. We search for purpose. We look for order. And the world is silent. This silence is what Camus calls absurdity. It's not bad or good. It just is. And here comes the question that haunts everyone. If life has no purpose, why not end it? Camus begins the myth of Sisyphus with, "There is one truly serious philosophical problem. Suicide. Suicide seems logical. If life is meaningless, why continue?" But Camus rejects it. Ending life doesn't solve the absurd. It only escapes it. Instead, Camus proposes a radical alternative: revolt. 3 ways people respond to absurdity. 1. Suicide rejected. Escape is not engagement. 2. Leap of faith. Turning to religion despite no evidence, also rejected. 3rd revolt. The only authentic choice. Acknowledge the absurd and live anyway. Revolt requires 3 elements: passion, living fully, intensely, without waiting for a purpose. Freedom, liberated from illusions, free to embrace life as it is. Defiance, facing the absurd with courage, refusing to surrender. Camus gives us the ultimate metaphor: Sisyphus pushing his boulder, endlessly, futilely, pointlessly. And yet, Camus tells us one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? Because meaning doesn't come from the mountain. Meaning comes from how he engages with the struggle, from the act itself, from the consciousness, the defiance, the revolt. This is the paradox. Life may offer no ultimate purpose. Yet by living deliberately, passionately, and consciously, we can create meaning without needing it to exist. And this is the bridge to Viktor Frankl's philosophy shows us revolt. Psychology shows us how humans can find meaning even in suffering. If Camus shows us how to revolt against meaninglessness, Viktor Frankl shows us how to live meaningfully, even in suffering. Frankl survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps. He saw the worst humanity could do, and yet, he discovered something extraordinary. Life always has meaning, even in its darkest moments. His approach is called logotherapy, a therapy based on the will to meaning. Not pleasure, not power, but purpose. Frankl identified 3 ways to find meaning. 1. Creative value. Doing meaningful work, creating, leaving a legacy. 2. Experiential value. Appreciating beauty, love, and the richness of life. 3rd, attitudinal value. Choosing your response to unavoidable suffering. Here's the revolutionary insight. You cannot control everything. The world is often cruel, but you can control your attitude, your engagement, your response. Frankl writes, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Even in suffering, we retain power. Even in pain, we can find purpose. Even when life is chaotic, cruel, and absurd, we can choose meaning." This is why Frankl's work complements Camus perfectly. Camus teaches philosophical revolt, acknowledge absurdity, and live anyway. Frankl teaches practical revolt. Engage, act, and find purpose in what you do and how you respond. The lesson for us is clear. Meaning is not found. It is created. It is chosen. It is lived. And this brings us to modern psychology, where research confirms that meaning is essential for survival, happiness, and resilience. Philosophers have long wrestled with life's purpose, but now, science enters the conversation. Psychology confirms what thinkers like Camus and Frankl intuited: humans are wired for meaning. Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology, identifies 3 dimensions of well-being. 1. Pleasant life, comfort, pleasure, and safety. 2. Good life, using your strengths and talents effectively. 3. Meaningful life, serving something bigger than yourself. And here's the kicker: the meaningful life is the most fulfilling. Pleasure fades. Success fades. But meaning creates resilience, focus, and purpose. Research shows people with strong purpose live longer, handle stress better, recover faster from trauma, experience deeper satisfaction. Meaning forms through intrinsic goals, growth, relationships, community, not fleeting external rewards like wealth or fame. The strongest predictor of a meaningful life: social bonds, family, friends, community. They are the backbone of purpose. Attachment, commitment, shared values. They create structure, belonging, and motivation. Even beyond relationships, meaning can come from pursuing your passions, building competence in areas you care about, serving causes bigger than yourself. Modern research confirms what Frankl observed in Camus and Camus imagined in Absurdity. Meaning is not optional. Without it, humans falter. Without it, life loses its anchor. Science, philosophy, and experience converge. Life may be unpredictable, chaotic, even absurd. Yet meaning is both essential and attainable if we actively engage, choose, and commit. Philosophy and psychology guide us. But what about tradition, faith, and belief? Religions have always offered answers to the question, why are we here? Christianity. Life is preparation, a temporary stage before eternal existence with God. Meaning comes from faith, moral conduct, and relationship with the divine. Earthly struggles are fleeting. Eternal life is real. Buddhism. Life is suffering. Purpose is escaping the cycle of rebirth, samsara, through enlightenment. Meaning emerges through meditation, mindfulness, and ethical living. The ultimate goal: nirvana, freedom from suffering. Secular/atheist perspective: no creator, no preset purpose. Life is the only life we get. Finitude makes it urgent, precious. Meaning must be created, not found. Love, relationships, contribution, growth. These become central. Secular faith, Martin Haglund's idea. Even without religion, we can commit to life. Vulnerability, impermanence, and mortality give life weight. Choosing to care about this fragile, fleeting existence is itself an act of faith. Life matters precisely because it can be lost. Here's the profound takeaway. Meaning is shaped by belief, action, and commitment. Whether through divine guidance, mindful living, or secular choice, life gains significance through how we engage with it. And this prepares us for Nietzsche, who challenges all frameworks with one radical idea: the will to power and eternal recurrence, the ultimate test of living fully. If secular faith gives commitment, Nietzsche gives challenge. Nietzsche asks, what if your life repeats eternally, exactly as it is, forever? The good, the bad, the mundane, the triumphs, the failures. Every choice, every action, every regret, repeated endlessly. This is the thought experiment of eternal recurrence. If the idea horrifies you, you haven't truly lived. If the idea excites you, you've embraced life fully. Nietzsche's question is not abstract. It's practical. It asks, are you living in a way you would gladly repeat forever? And this ties directly to his concept of the will to power. Not domination over others, but the creative force of life itself. The drive to overcome, create, affirm, and grow. Active nihilism, Camus' revolt, and Frankl's logotherapy all connect here. The world may not give you meaning. You must claim it. You must build it, create it, live it. Nietzsche's ultimate challenge. Zubejahung, life affirmation. Accept life fully, with suffering and joy intertwined. To say yes to life, even when it is painful, fleeting, and chaotic. To live as though every moment could recur eternally, and to embrace it. In this test, philosophy becomes a mirror. Are you living authentically, courageously, deliberately, or merely surviving in repetition? The lesson is clear. Life is finite. Life is fleeting. But within that finite existence lies infinite potential for meaning, creation, and revolt. And this sets the stage for the final sections. How we apply all these lessons, build purpose, and live meaningfully in the modern world.